What is up, guys? This is RIzzyPOW, and this is going to be week 6 of the NPL, the National Pokeball League. Today, we're going to be going up against Gypsy King, and this is actually late. I battled Gypsy actually pretty late, in terms of like when we should battle. It was Sunday night, and then uploads were due on Monday. I had some homework to finish after that, so I was not able to record that day, so I tried recording yesterday and tried to get up late yesterday, and then my audio actually got fucked up when I recorded, and so I'm going to be uploading a day late because I could not record again because it took too much out of me. I was tired, and the commentary was not even that good, so it's kind of okay that that recording got a bit messed up, but it is still kind of frustrating. But yeah, I'm here to record this again. Going up against Gypsy King for week 6 of the NPL. This is a very scary match because Gypsy is like, he's definitely one of the best draft league players, arguably the best. So that is really scary, but I do have a pretty good matchup versus him. I definitely had a much better matchup versus him before Toxapex got traded, yeah, it makes Toxapex makes this match a lot harder. He actually traded this last week. He got Empoleon. He traded off for Toxapex. So I don't know what it is with Gypsy, but he convinces people to give him his round 1 picks. He got Blake to give him Latios, and now Cloud to give him Toxapex for Empoleon. So I don't know. Is it his accent that gets him? that convinces people? I don't know. I'm just kidding. But yeah, he now has Toxapex, so I have to worry about that, which is terrifying. But yeah, look, I'll just read off his roster. He has Mega Gardevoir, Zapdos, Infernape, Dougie, Latios, Alola Muck, Toxapex, Uxie, Shaman, Dragonite, Heracross. The thing that on his team, he also has no normal resist, and the only thing that can really check Mega Kangaskhan is that Infernape right over there. So that's really nice to know. He does have stuff that can defensively switch in on it, like Toxapex and Zapdos. But I'll go into my King set really quick and explain it in a sec. Infernape is the only thing that can really revenge kill me. He can also bring Scarf Heracross, but I don't think Scarf Heracross is very good versus my team because he can't really spam like any stabs that he has. I have 2 ghost types on my team, as well as I have a Sylvia on the resist boat stabs, Marowak resist boat stabs. Like, I just didn't think it was a good. I mean, also Mimikyu resist boat stabs, so like I didn't think it was a very good idea. Plus, if he locked himself into close combat if he brought Choice Mon, he locked himself into close combat and Mimikyu came in, it could potentially get to +4 and even sweep his team, because Mimikyu is actually really good versus team, especially before the Toxapex trade. It's not as good for the Toxapex trade, and honestly, maybe I should have taken it off the team, not sure, after the Toxapex got traded, but I decided to bring it anyway. This is actually an SD Mimikyu with Ghost DMZ, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, and Play Rough. Just a pretty standard-ish one, but it does really well versus team. Ghost DMZ at +2 can chunk Zapdos really hard, as well as Toxapex, and those things getting weakened is very nice for Kangaskhan because those are his natural counters to make a Kangaskhan on his team. Now, Scolipede right here, just a Life Orb, 3 attacks, Baton Pass. I have Mega Horn, Baton Pass, what else? Rock Slide and Earthquake. Then we got a Mega Kangaskhan. I got Jolly Max Speed to Speed Type with stuff like Shaman, as well as his Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir was a huge threat. I only have like 2 resists on my team, being Alola Marowak and Scolipede, but he actually didn't bring it, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, this Mega Kangaskhan is Jolly Max Speed. I have about some attack investment and then a bit of Spadef investment. The Spadef investment actually allows me to set up on a Rocky Helmet Zapdos. I am Wish Protect, Facade, and Power Up Punch. So that's really, really nice. Next, I got a Alola Marowak. I got Offensive Shuckleberry Marowak with Rocks. I also have Knockoff to get rid of items like his Rocky Helmets on users like Toxapex, as well as Zapdos. And I also have Toxic to just wear down Zapdos. And I have EQ to hit stuff pretty hard. A very weird Alola Marowak set, but it's also a nice switch in for his Infernape, which is the best thing for him to check Kangaskhan for, which is what I thought. Next one, maybe this one I should have not brought. I knew Alola Muck was going to come almost 100%, but I couldn't think of any good Scarfers versus this team, and it was either this or like Sylveon or even Reuniclus, and I didn't like the only thing that naturally outsped Infernape was actually my Scolipede. So I decided to put this thing over here. Maybe it was a bad idea because he does have an Alolan Muck, which he's definitely bringing Alolan Muck here in this match. I was 100% he would. But I'm Scarf. I'm actually a very bulky Scarf set to be able to take hits from Latios, and I don't really need the offensive investment. So I'm like calm nature with a lot of speed def, or actually a lot of HP and then a little bit of special attack. I'm knockoff Gunk Shot, actually Oko's max HP Mega Gardevoir from full, even though I'm a minus attack nature. And I have Dark Pulse and I am Psychic. So yeah. This allows me to revenge kill a lot of things on his team. And I have a Donphan, a Solfest Donphan. I actually did not have spin on this Donphan. I thought maybe I could wish past the stuff like Marowak and that, yeah, maybe I should have added spin on this. But I was just adamant max attack and actually swept someone in a mock with Donphan by passing speed into it. And this thing into a KO his entire team. It had Stone Edge, Gunk Shot, Earthquake, and then knockoff for stuff like Uxie. And even his Latios. But yeah, this is the team. And I am just going to start off this game real quick. So I'm just going to lead off with my Marowak now. Originally, before the game started, I wanted to lead off with Hoop Unbound and be aggressive and just knock off first turn. I think that was my better play. Right here, I was a bit aggressive. I should have got my rocks up or just attack. I decided to just go for knockoff because I really want to get rid of his Rocky went on Talk Specs. This was just way too aggressive, this play right here, and I should have just gone for rocks, if anything, if I wanted to be a bit aggressive. But I went for knockoff first turn. He actually goes for Earthquake and breaks my Shuckle Berry, as we see that he's Shuckle Berry himself. So this is kind of weird. I wasn't sure what kind of set he'd be. I knew this thing would have... I thought this thing would be a check for Mega Kangaskhan, but I guess it wasn't. So right here, he's actually just going to Encore, which is something I did not expect again, and I click knockoff twice in a row. Now I'm going to go into Donphan, and right here, I'm obviously in the back. He has Rocks up. I have no way to get rid of it. My answer for Infernape is heavily weakened and gets OHKO'd by an Earthquake right now, and it's going to be very difficult for me to get up Rocks. So, and Rocks are very good on his team. If he's Static Zapdos, he does not have any way to get rid of them, and I need it for Dragonite. So, not a good position right here. I want to play aggressively again. I want to expect his Zapdos switch, and I don't think he would sack off Infernape, because Infernape, as I said, at least for my Mega Kangaskhan set, it's the only thing that can really check it. So I just decided to go for another knockoff as he goes for Overheat. And right here, I'm going to have to play a bit aggressively. I'm just going to go hard into Hoopa. I'm going to go hard into Hoopa because I expect to Encore and I can revenge kill this thing, and I'm just going to go for another knockoff because I need to get momentum on this thing because I'm in such a bad position now. I'm going to knock off the incoming Alolan Muck as I actually get one knockoff play right. Also, the reason why I went to Hoopa was because he was at -2 special attack, and Earthquake isn't really going to be doing too much damage to me. I already knew his full moveset. It was Rocks, Encore, Overheat, and Earthquake. So I'm going to get a knock off this thing, and now I have to go into my Alolan Marowak right here. I'd go into Donphan, but Donphan has already been weakened. So, again, if I lit off with Hoop Unbound, I'm 100% sure that he would not sack off Infernape first turn. The reason why he did this is obviously because he had a Shuckle Berry and stuff. Although I don't really necessarily agree with the second Donphan play, overheating that. Although he did explain it to me, he wanted to keep up rocks and stuff, which made sense. Which definitely made sense. But I just felt... that was his only thing that could really outspeed Mega Kangaskhan, but I'll explain more in the end of the match. But yeah, I'm just going to sack off my Alolan Marowak, and I get poisoned, which kind of sucks because, one, there's some plays I could have made. I could have been aggressive again because, again, I'm so behind in this match already, and I could have went out into Mega Kangaskhan, the Shadow Sneak, or I could have just at least known if he had Shadow Sneak, which he probably did. I was almost 100% sure he would. So now I'm going to go into this, and I think right here I just go for a Wish because I can pass it into something. I should have probably gone for a Power Up Punch in hindsight. I did not think this thing would actually have Roar, but this was actually amazing prep on his part, as it does have Roar, and I am not in a good position. If I somehow got Rocks up, I would be in such a good position right here, and if I click Power Up Punch there, I could have potentially even won this game a little bit better. But now I'm way in the back. I get I go on a Scolipede right here, and I'm actually just going to Rock Slide right here. He's either going to attack or actually just go for another Roar. I think he's going to go for another Roar just in case I am SD Keldeo, as he does, so I'm going to get some damage. Alright, I am back. My roommate actually decided to just come into my study room. I don't know, but yeah, right here, where was I? I might have skipped a turn, but yeah, I did. Let's go actually last turn. Yeah, right here I do get the Rock Slide. He goes for the Roar right over here. My bad. Oh, actually, what did that happen? Alright, I go for the Rock Slide. He goes for Roar, and I get phased out into Donphan. Now right here, this was a pretty important play. Now I max attack Donphan. I guess he didn't expect to max attack Donphan, but also one of the reasons why I did bring Donphan was also just because Alolan Muck was a huge threat to my team. I did not have any way to check it, and Donphan did a very good job at that, even if I am not really that bulky, can take hits from it. But I'm just going to go for a Gunk Shot right here. Now, again, I had to play aggressively. A Stone Edge did kill this thing, and there was no way he was roosting up right here in case I did Earthquake. That would be it wouldn't be a bad play, but I didn't think Gypsy would do that. I was expecting him to U-turn or something into potentially Shaman, and that means that I can get a Gunk Shot off on it. I don't want to give it a free switch in. I think he was the Poison Resist Berry. I did watch I watched only half of his video so far. I need to finish it, but I think he did say he was a Poison Resist Berry on Shaman. But right here I could have gone for Stone Edge or Gunk Shot, and I decided to go for the Gunk Shot. I changed it last second. I need to play aggressively. I thought I was going to U-turn, and from Gypsy's past replays, he does like U-turn. I thought he was going to bring it, but he actually has HP Water, and I'm going to Gunk Shot. This, although, keeps his Zapdos low, which is very nice. And obviously, I EQ'd right here in case he did roost. Now I'm going to go out into my my Scolipede right here, and I'm just going to go for Rock Slide. He brings out his Toxapex, and he's actually Red Card. So very nice prep. My Mimikyu is not going to be able to stay in and do anything, so I'm just going to switch out into my Mega Kangaskhan. I was kind of hoping he'd burn me right there, but now I'm going to Wish Up again. And right here, it is a roll for me to kill him with one Facade. If two Facades happen, then I will die to Rocky Helmet. So I really need to get this roll right here, and I actually still have a good chance to win because his Infernape does not have close combat to just straight up check me. It does have Encore though, but still. And I can still potentially win this game because Zapdos is so low. Well, Zapdos would be gone, and then Toxapex, his Red Card is already gone. So I actually could potentially still win this game with my Kangaskhan. I really need to get the roll, and I don't get the roll. I get paralyzed, which wasn't as big of a deal because I do have Facade. But yeah, I just go down right here, and that pretty much is game. There's no way I can win at this point. Although I did prevent the 6-0, that's kind of nice. But yeah, that roll was it wasn't. I don't think it was necessarily in my favor. It was, I think, a bit more in Gypsy's favor. But at that point, it was the only thing I could have done. And honestly, I think I could have potentially even won that game if I somehow get that roll. I'm not sure though. It would have been very difficult, but because of his Dragonite set, I think he was like a bulky one. But we'll see. So now I only have a chance to win with Mimikyu at this point. So I'm just going to Swords Dance up. Hopefully no burn. He breaks my disguise. And I'm just going to go for Ghost DMZ looking for a crit or something. He does go for Haze. And at this point, he's just going to make a series of, what is it? He's going to make a series of plays to preserve his 5-0 victory. He does have everything. I'm just going to go for Dark Pulse right here because I know Alolan Muck is coming in. I'm just going to try flinching it if I can. But yeah, at this point, this is game. Yeah, pretty difficult game. But I feel that if I did not play aggressively in the beginning, I definitely had a really good shot of winning this game. I definitely did if I somehow got rocks up first game. If I played better, I definitely did, and I think this is one of the games where actually a ton of mocks actually hurt me because it made me expect certain sets, and it kind of messed me up a little bit. But yeah, it's yeah, this game was just not the best. I lost 5-0, and that's another huge loss for me. And even though I'm 3-3 now, and I'm actually still up for if the playoffs were right now, I'm still in the top 4 in my conference. The differential is hurting me so bad. So if it comes down to right now it looks like Chris and Zazo are going to make playoffs 100%, and then the fight is pretty much between me, Jolt, and Maddie, and Jolt is kind of losing that right now, but Jolt, it's going to be extremely hard. I need to win as many matches as I can at this point for me to win. Unless I get some big wins, I'm not going to be able to win by a tie for differential, so I just got to keep on somehow winning. I'm 3-3. I definitely think there are some very winnable matchups, so hopefully we can somehow make playoffs. I know it's also the halfway point of the season, but yeah, I misplayed a lot. You guys can tell, and it's sad, man. It's really sad. Honestly, even if I didn't win, I didn't want to lose this bad. I didn't expect for me to win, but I didn't want to lose this bad. And it just came down to me making, maybe not necessarily misplays, but I played way too aggressively. And that is what ended up costing me the game. But not everything is bad, because we actually got a couple of trades for next week that is actually going to hopefully make my team a lot better. I'm trading off Mimikyu. I'm trading off Mimikyu, Bisharp, as well as Donphan for Hippowdon. So I'm getting an upgrade from Donphan to Hippowdon. Obviously, Hippowdon doesn't have as good coverage, and I'm losing a spinner and a priority. I am going to be getting 2 Mons instead. Oh my god, what is going on? Okay, never mind. I'm going to be getting 2 Mons instead, 2 other Mons, Hippo, so obviously is one of them. That's an upgrade from Hippowdon. It loses some stuff though, but it's a very good ground check with reliable recovery, which I'm really happy about. My next Mon that I want, the next Mon I'm going to be getting from Blake is going to be Serena. Now, Serena gives me something for ground types, because my team is very ground weak right now, and I know a lot of people don't like Serena because, you know, it has very bad coverage. Serena is one of the Mons I actually love a lot, and I've used while laddering a lot, and I like the Mon, so I'm really comfortable with it. It gives me my spinner. It gives me just a nice slow U-turner, which I'm really happy about. So there's Serena. And then my last Mon I'm getting is Deblade. Now, Deblade I really didn't want, but I ended up getting it. Now I have 2 ghost types, and it's up for trade if anybody wants it, you know. If anybody wants it, Deblade is up for trade. He does give me a bulky steel type, but I definitely thought Bisharp was better on the team than Deblade. But yeah, that is my new team. Hippowdon is actually my new Z-move user. It was that I could choose, or Serena, just the way it worked out. And I chose Hippowdon for a couple reasons. I really don't want to explain it. I'm probably never going to run a Z-move on Hippo anyway, but I chose Hippo over Serena. Probably never going to run it on either of them anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for being late again. But yeah, next week we are playing Seb and Top Tier Boy, who just got a win off of Jolt, and that is going to be a pretty fun game. Seb is a really good battler, and I've actually never battled him in League format before, so I'm actually pretty excited. He's a pretty good friend as well. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.